We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the New Orleans Saints. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from the Superdome. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. From the 23, this is 2nd and 3. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ready. Needle. Red cycle. Ready.
On play action, Lance. He finds his target, Allen. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
This is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. And that time, it's a completion and a 1st down on this opening drive.
And Lance, he's going to change the play. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Let's go now.
This 2nd and 4.
Right, 60. Watch out now.
Not
50
liking the look. They'll change the play.
52 blaster. Ready.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Cowboys. Austin Eckler, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are on the board first here this afternoon. after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was looking for the Michigan Wolverine Donovan Peoples-Jones, but it's going to be 2nd down. You look at this Cowboy defense. And they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. Motion man left, Peoples-Jones.
29. Hey, Raider 2. 93. What's up?
Here's Carr to throw. Oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play. Not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Now a play fake. Lance. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. They stay on the ground on 1st with Johnson. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. The Saints at 6-3 on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Carr. incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Express. Kill.
On second down, here's Carr. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Slot man moves right. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
Ready.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Hut.
Quick throw, and it's caught by Gallup. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
43 rail. Hut.
Eckler now between the tackles.
And it's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Let's go.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Ready.
Once more, here's Eckler. And they'll get him down here at about the 42.
103 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Ready.
Now 2nd and 3.
Set.
A give. Eckler running to the right. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle with Eckler. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On the left side, Gallup's got it. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 12-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Here we go, set.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
12, 10. Ready?
Now they'll fake the jet sweep and give it instead to Eckler.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
22 meters.
Now Lance looking to change it up.
Ready?
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Let's go now.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. In motion left goes Cooks.
An audible here to get a new look.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least 1 home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Here's Johnson again on 2nd down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And this will wind up a Saints first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Carr. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Carr signaling to his guys, let's go here. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. And keep your eye on that man. 4 sacks last week, 1 there here in the 2nd quarter. He can be so disruptive.
So what was he doing in the 1st quarter? What was going on?
Took a nap.
I think he tried to lull him to sleep a little bit. Like, yeah, okay, maybe you've got me this week. No longer. And you know, with the 4 sacks last week, it's obvious he gets his in flurries.
Motion man left. Peoples-Jones.
734.
Carr now to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Down.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Watch out now. 50.
To throw, it's Lance.
That's caught once again by Gallup. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. And it is caught. And he will have a Cowboys first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Ready. Fight. White. Hut.
Off of play action, here's Lance. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw there complete to Allen.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
124 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Let's go.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Now Lance wants to change him up. Eckler going to get it again on second down.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Austin Eckler as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Motion man left, Peoples-Jones.
You're mine.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. 17-3 the score as we resume action for the second half on EA Sports. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw into the hands of Peoples-Jones.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Now they'll change things up.
29.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Hey, 734.
They're going to try and throw.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have the Saints first down as he's brought to the ground after a gain of 7, 5 more than he needed on 4th and 2.
pressure here. Carr taken down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Carr throwing on second down.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Carr completes it. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Second and a yard at the 49-yard line.
Carr, he wants to change up the look here.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6.
White Monday down. Express.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. And quickly, they get to the line.
Kill. Monday down. Later one. 6-18. 29.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Lance now on 1st down. This is swung out to Eckler.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
Now Lance throwing on 2nd down. Looking Austin Eckler's way again.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Ready?
Lance with a tap forward on a jet sweep.
And he's going to be met at about the 43.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Ready?
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Hut.
Well, now they'll try the end around.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile.
Taking it right down Broadway. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Austin Eckler
with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year.
And the Cowboys will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half, and for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out, and as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Point after, right down the middle. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line where and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner, hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap 1.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Now.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. On 3rd and long, it's Carr.
He lets it go deep for Olave.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Now.
And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on 4th down. Now Carr, got to have this one. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. And the failure on 4th down on the other side leads immediately to a 1st and goal. They'll try the right side with Eckler. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
On the double.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
97, cut.
Throwing now is Lance.
Steps away. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Trey Lance.
Touchdown number 18 on the year.
And the Cowboys look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this 4th quarter.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Carr. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now this throw caught left side. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 down at the 33. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Brings up 637.
Carr to throw again. And now here is another interception. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
Oh, some strong running.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Keep it going, take it to him. Down.
Now Carr to try again after the pick 6.
And that one to the right side and incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. But we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
That's it.
Again, it's Carr. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And now Carr changing the formation.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he goes out right around the 39. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Raider 1. What's up?
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
And my goodness, another interception.
It's Kyler Duggar who picks it.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. A handoff. It's Eckler. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal.
Black shot. Slice blue. Ready.
Now a toss running left, Eckler. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on 2nd and goal. It's Eckler again. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
That incompletion brings us one snap closer to the end of this one, maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Carr now to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
To throw is Carr. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Carr will try it again on 2nd down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing now is Carr. He's going to take another shot here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So this one will end in a